son I was gonna co-sign for him, and I meant it, but he ain't gonna make it look like I didn't want to co-sign for him, because that's not how, when we went in the bank, this is how it went.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I sat down.
You tell it how it went.
I sat down at the bank, and the young lady was very nice, very respectful, very professional. She asked my son what did he want to do.
No. What did she say? What exactly did she say?
Are you co-signing for him?
And what I say?
Yes.
And what you say at the same time?
Spirit in the light. Before I close my eyes, beautiful, timeless life. Imagine you touch me, send tingles to my spine.
Hello. Welcome back to ASMRTheChew, and I'm Spirit, and this is my son.
Dreamxo, Dreamxo.
Yeah.
Make sure you go over and check it out.
So today, we're gonna do story time for y'all, because you got my side, his side, and the truth.
My side is the truth.
Well, I'm gonna tell it from my side, because when we both had to tell Nadine everything that happened, Dream kind of made me look like I didn't want to co-sign for him, which was not the case. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what happened.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
So, to give y'all a breakdown, I did co-sign for my son on his first car when he was younger. And that's pretty good, right? They sour mints, y'all. They my favorite candy. I'm so addicted to them, and I'm trying so hard to just eat one. I know, but you can't eat one. Once you get past the first sour, it's real good. So I co-signed his first car, right? And he did good. He made his payments. He did everything he needed to do. He showed me he was responsible. He didn't give him not one job, not 2 jobs, not 3 jobs. He had like 5 jobs, okay? But he paid his car payment.
Aircraft refueler.
Yeah.
Tire technician. Home Depot.
Jumping World. The airport.
It was not. No, I said that one. Roof Chris.
Yep, we have 5 jobs. I didn't want him to get the first car. And the reason why I did not want him to get the first car, because he was, in my opinion, still too young. I wanted him to go to the auction with me, get a car that he can purchase, so that he don't have to worry about giving up his money that he could use for school clothes, books, entertainment, savings. I didn't want him to give up his money. But no, he went and wanted to get the car he wanted to get, which was Annabelle, which is what was it?
Go ahead, get it. Yeah. What was it?
Mustang. She was a freaking Mustang. I really didn't want him to get that car, because one, I felt like it was too loud and too fast for a young
You skipping
person.
over some things. Before you move forward, I just want to say that my first car was my dream car. It was a BMW C25 325 C-Class. And she had told me to get a budget car. So
I did.
So that's what I chose. It was about $4,000. I got it. Boom. 2 weeks later, I had gasket blow.
Yeah.
We was both in the car, sitting in the middle of the road.
With traffic coming. Yeah, which was scary. Which was scary. Unfortunately, Dream's grandmother had passed when she went to go pick up a car from where her son, and the car had just picked up the car and it stopped in the middle of the highway, and that's how she passed.
But let's not make this a sad story right now.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, you told me to go get a budget card.
I did.
And that's what happened. So,
And we was in the middle of the road, and traffic was about to run us over.
Next card. She said, okay, that one didn't work out. I still want you to have the budget card. I don't want you to go crazy.
I want him to get a card that was $2,000.
So that's what I did. I went and got a Honda Civic.
$6,000.
I went and got a Honda Civic that had no AC. Previous owner owned dogs. I'm allergic to dogs. Every day I drove that car, I broke out in hives. In the heat of Houston, Texas. Had no AC. After a month, I got fed up. That's when I went and got that car. Because I felt like if I'm going to be driving a car, I should not enjoy it. But I'm gonna.
He wanted something fancy. He wanted something he could show off. He wanted something that was the best looking car in the parking lot. And guess what? He had the best looking car in the parking lot at school.
Oh, damn.
When you went to his high school, he had the best looking car out there. I ain't have a problem with the car looking good. It was too fast. It was too loud. And I didn't like the fact that he had to make payments on the car. I just wanted him to get something from the auction. But he didn't want to do that.
And you now, why I didn't want to do it is because they had gasket on the other car and the AC on the other car. I didn't want to have to get with these problems.
He got the car, okay. He made his payments, but during the journey, there was times that I had to make the car insurance payment, and I had to make the payments. And then when I made those payments, I have no problem with it, but I was happy to do it. And so
You was happy to do it. Oh my God. She sat over here and just said, I'm happy to do it. Hair Dream, take $300. I'm happy.
okay, I wasn't exactly happy to have said that. I did it because I was his mom, and he was transitioning between jobs. Like if a job didn't work out, and he was transitioning, or he had something important to do with his money, he would come to me and say, "Mom, can you do this for me?" He never let the payment get out of hand. He never not make a payment and not tell me. He came to me first and said, "Mom, this is what's going on. I'm gonna need you to help me out for 1 to 3 months, or maybe just this month." He would do that, and I would say, after I argued with him a little bit, tell him that I told him not to get the car. I think we always went through the same argument. I made the payments, right?
And this only happened maybe like, I would say 5 good times it happened.
5 times.
Because I was either not in a job, I was either couldn't work enough hours because I wasn't getting enough.
He had to stay after school or something like that
I
because,
didn't even mention 24-hour fitness, that's 6.
yeah,
Keep in mind, this is all in like a 3-year span.
This is-
because I was bad, but because I was always looking for more money.
this is not story time, so I'm not going to get into it. But Dream would go to school every day, but he would get tardiness for being late, and it would add up to a day, okay? And he end up maybe have to deal with like being after school with the principal. You know how they made the kids do some extra class and stuff like that.
Never had to do it.
Why you ain't never had to do?
The only reason I stayed in summer school or I stayed after school was to get ahead. So my senior year, I didn't have to be at school so much.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
I was ahead of the
Me
game.
and Dream was in court, and I was about to get locked up, okay? I was the one about to get locked up because he was supposed to get to school on time. And I argued and fought with him every morning to go to school on time. But I was the one about to get in trouble, okay? But that's another story
I'm
time.
gonna say, like my whole life, I've dealt with, it's not insomnia.
He has his clock. His clock is different.
I can't, it's a word for it. I found out what it was. It causes you to snore at night, or it causes you to sleep, but your body isn't rested. But I've had that issue my whole life. So
He has,
it's hard for
even
me
as
to
a baby.
go to sleep and wake up at certain times. Even with alarm clocks, so
was just for a short period of time. That was like that for his whole life. So then by the time it's time to go to school, you couldn't get him up. So we dealt with that, but he went to school every day.
Even at work now, I typically work a swing shift. For those of you who don't know, I'm in the military, but I typically work a swing shift. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been having where everybody shows up on day shift. In the military, you get these names called call signs, and my call sign is Showtime. So it is what it is.
Okay. Because of some of the issues that we dealt with him, not being able to go to work sometime, have to make up for it, not showing up for like the first class. I had to pay the car payment sometimes, okay? So.
What is it? No, that's not the reason.
What's the reason?
The reason I just said it is because either I was not at work at the time, because keep in mind while I'm working, I was going to school.
He was going to school.
But the reason, that's not the reason.
What's
I
the
got to pay
reason?
it like good 5 times.
I paid him a little bit more than 5 times. It's 5 different times.
Mom, you and I finna get on here and say you paid more than 5 times.
5 different times. It was 5 different times.
If she did, I'm gonna be a man about it. I missed so many car payments. I messed up my credit because I went and got a car I couldn't afford. I'm saying this because I don't want the next person to do this. Don't mess up your credit because I didn't even know how important it was. But it was 5 payments, Mom.
Okay.
At the max.
Whatever.
Because I didn't want to go to her and say, Mom, I can't do this.
He decided to go ahead and pay his car completely off in the end, which he did. And I was happy that he paid his car off. But I don't feel like he missed a whole lot of payments. I just feel like he missed like about a good 3 payments. And them 3 payments threatened them to come get the car. So before they could come get the car, he was able to pay the car completely off. And in the end, which I was happy about, but it affected him later on when he wanted to go buy a vehicle. And he was very young. He was very young, so now that he's older, he's not going to make the same mistakes that he made as a young boy, because you're not the same person you was when you were 16, 17 years old.
The car that I had ever since maybe my sophomore year of high school. I was a kid, and I made some stupid decisions, and I kept that car for a long time.
He did.
And I fell in love with the car. That's the only reason I kept it for so long.
And I did too. So when I made a payment here and there, I got to drive it.
And you keep saying when I made a payment.
When I made a payment, that's when I got to use the car. Because if I didn't make no payments, I wasn't allowed to really mess with Annabelle. Okay? He loved Annabelle so much that he
made it sound like a terrible job.
No. I would tell you what he did. I got so used to his car. I was in love with the car. And then one day he showed up and came and picked up the car. And I was so sad for like a month because he took the car and he wasn't even driving it.
That's a good car.
He took the car from me.
I was driving it.
It was sitting. The car was sitting.
I was driving. No, it wasn't. When I picked it up, I was in tech school.
I was everywhere with that car.
I'm supposed to be driving cars. She got me a truck.
I like the car.
Because
So
she's a truck driver. When I got my car back.
when he took the car back.
First of all, this is a brake pad. When I got my car back, my brake pad's like this.
Stop. No, it wasn't.
My alignment was like this.
No, it wasn't.
My tires, I had to get them all changed out. And my muffler broke.
I drive really slow.
Broke
So
my catalytic converter. How do you break a catalytic converter?
it had no shocks.
Oh my God. She hit every pothole in Houston. This is why I took the car. Because she wanted to go speed racer.
When people try to pull up to me and try to race race me. I was looking at them like they crazy. I ain't trying to
was
race
racing
nobody. No, I wasn't.
You was racing.
I would never.
You was racing.
I was not drinking.
Then what happened to Annabelle? Oh, she looked like she been through war. She took my car through war. Gotta get back to the story.
Okay, so that's the history. So it's been a while now. Dream recently, unfortunately, Annabelle.
5, 6 years.
And he recently was driving her and she stopped working. And before she stopped working, he had contacted me about, I say 3 months before that. He was like, Mom, will you co-sign for me? And I thought about our history, so I said, no, I'm not going to co-sign. I'm not going to do it. I said no.
See, the person who wasn't happy to make a car payment told me no. But you was happy to make that car payment. And you told me no.
I told him no. For the sake of our relationship.
Broke my heart.
For the sake of our relationship. I said, no, I'm not going to co-sign for you. He didn't ask me no more, so I was relieved. I was like, he's going to get his own car. I said, Dream, go to the auction, save some money. You're going to get your own car. And I told him, as he work on his credit, pay his bills, he's going to be reliable, he's going to be credit worthy, and he's going to be able to get him a nice car. That's what I told him. And when he couldn't get a car at the time, I said, because God has something better for you. That's why you can't get the car you want at this time.
And just to give a little more detail about when I went to first go get that car, I got denied at 6 different banks. And the car dealerships didn't even take me serious.
And Dream was very upset.
And here's my thing. I worked on my credit.
He
For
did.
about 2 years. 2 years I researched. And I got my credit all the way up to like a 750. It didn't matter. Because I messed up my credit history when I was younger. And whatever's on your credit report and your history, that's what they're going to look at. I worked on my credit and I still got denied.
I told Dream, I said, well, Dream, you got to do little things to build your credit up. And you might can't get the car you want right now, but you'll be able to get it your car later. So Dream started. He got his credit cards. He got his own apartment. He got other type of credit. He got a credit line. And he started making his payments and his bills and stuff like that.
And not just small credit lines. You want it. And just in case anybody's watching this for educational purposes, you want a credit line of a decent amount.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, decent amount.
Yeah. And you can pay your credit line and show that you're reliable. So one morning, I was working, filming, and Dream called Nadine, and Nadine said, Mom, Dream want to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, hey, Dream. He said, hey, Mom, listen, the car had broke down. This is what happened. I'm going to need you to co-sign for me. So I started feeling like really bad because I was thinking, Dream go to work.
That's not all I said. I had to spill my guts. I said, I called you. I said, hey, Mom.
He's real sad.
No, I wasn't even sad. I said, hey, Mom. She said, hey, Dream. I said, you know, I just got home. You know what crazy? Like my car, it just gave out on me. That's it. And the bill's done. And she said, what? What happened? Didn't you just get her fixed?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I spent $8,000 on this year.
He
alone.
did. He did.
And I'm gonna tell you why I spent $8,000. I spent $8,000 on that car just because I couldn't get the car I wanted, and I wasn't willing to settle for less than what I wanted. So I put the money into my car. I wasn't willing to settle, so I put the money into my car, and I said, you know what? Even though I got denied, I'm gonna hang on to this car, and I'm gonna keep it alive for that time being. I told my mom, I said, Mom, the car just as soon as I got home, the belt just fell off. It just decided today is the day. It snapped off as soon as I parked and fell on the ground. And I wasn't sad about it. I was more so, I felt like the car was telling me, okay, I'm done.
It's over.
I let the car has 200,000 miles on it. And I put probably 100,000 of them on there. You know, so the car
listening to him on the phone. He was like, Mom, I really need you to do this for me. I need you to co-sign for me. And I said, well, okay, Dream, I'm going to co-sign for you. I said
she gonna co-sign for me.
I said I was going to co-sign. I
said, Dream, I'm gonna co-sign for you.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm just repeating this so they hear.
I said, Dream, I'm going to co-sign for you.
I'm gonna co-sign for you.
Come get me. Then we'll look at the car. But we came to an agreement that he wasn't going to look at no car like no $40,000, $50,000 and stuff like that. Co-sign for him. He said, well, Mom, you're going to have to come get me. I don't got no car. I had forgot that quick that he ain't had no car. So when I hung up with my son, my daughter was like, Mom, you co-signing for Dream. I was like, yeah, I'm going to co-sign for him, but I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to pray about it first. As long as Dream's in the budget that he said he going to stay in, then I'm going to co-sign for him.
And you didn't even give me a budget. The car that I got is the car I've been wanting for a long time. I keep it on my screensaver. I keep it on this app to give me a notification every time it pops up in Houston. This particular day, I refreshed the page. As soon as I refresh the page, it pops up. It's within my price range. I told him, this is the car that I want to get. Co-sign for me. And she said, Dream, I'm gonna co-sign for you.
I did say I'm going to co-sign for him. So once he was off the phone, like I was saying, my daughter was like, look.
So it was Nadine, you about to snitch.
Look.
You about to snitch.
My daughter was like, look, whatever you and Dream do, it's between you and Dream. Don't ask me no questions. Don't tell me nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And when and she said, and y'all better not put me in the middle of nothing. I said, okay, Nadine, I'm not going to put you in the middle of nothing. Nadine didn't even want to hear it. She didn't want to talk to me because she didn't want to be in the middle of it. So I went to bed and I prayed. I said, God, if I'm supposed to co-sign for my son, please let me do it. And let me and him be able to get the loan and get the car he want. And he be responsible for his car. And I don't have to worry about it no more. All I have to do is co-sign. I don't have to worry about my credit. I don't have to worry about his credit. I don't have to worry about his credit. Everything gonna be okay. That's what I prayed about. I went to bed. And I woke up. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. When Nadine was in my room, I said, Nadine, guess what? She said, what? I said, God told me I don't have to co-sign for Dream. Wait, seriously, God told me I didn't have to co-sign.
I didn't get the memo.
Wait.
That sounds like something you should pass along. That sounds like something that you should.
No, God
let
said,
me know, because I'm over here thinking, you told me you was going to co-sign for me. So, God told you not to.
No, he didn't say not to. He said, you're not going to have to co-sign for Dream. Dream going to be able to get his own car. He's not going to need you. He said, Dream's going to be okay. So everything is already worked out.
So why you ain't tell me?
Because also my spirit was saying, if things do not work out with Dream, can I get his car? Then I will co-sign. So my spirit said, let God leave Dream in God's hands. And then if things don't work out, then you step in, Mama Bear, and co-sign. That's how it went down. Nadine was looking at me like this. You gonna tell Dream? I said, no, I'm not going to tell Dream. I'm going to do exactly what God said. He said, be by Dream's side. If he cannot get the car, then I'll co-sign. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I went and picked up my son, and we went to the bank. Okay. When we got in the bank, he was nervous. He was very, very nervous. I wasn't nervous at all. Was I nervous?
I was not nervous at all at first. When I walked into the bank where they planned, we were in the car. I said, all right, Mom, I appreciate you for this, Mom. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I can't believe this. She actually want to co-sign for me because she actually understands that I'm responsible now. I'm gonna take care of business. You know what I'm saying? She believes in me, so I'm not. No,
He was like, Mom, I really appreciate this. I said, Dream,
I know.
you're welcome.
I know I'm about to get cleared. You know.
He was very confident, very happy.
I'm walking to the bank like B Diddy.
He was very confident, and I told him, I said, Dream, you're gonna get your car today. Don't worry. He was so excited, but I did feel a little nervous because I was like, I'm gonna have to let him.
She has secrets. That's why you was nervous. You had secrets. You was holding stuff to yourself. But go ahead.
It wasn't no secret. I had to tell him. How do I tell him that God said he was gonna be okay?
I never got the memo. I never was told.
Cause I ain't tell you yet.
Tell how the story went. Go ahead, tell the story.
I told my son I was gonna co-sign for him, and I meant it, but he ain't gonna make it look right. I didn't want to co-sign for him, cause that's not how when we went in the bank. This is how it went.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I sat down.
You tell it how it went.
I sat down at the bank, and the young lady was very nice, very respectful, very professional. She asked my son what did he want to do.
No. What'd she say? What exactly did she say?
Are you co-signing for him?
And what I say?
Yes.
And what you say at the same time? So the truth is out. The truth has revealed itself.
Wait a minute.
I feel like P. Diddy. I'm about to get me a new car from the bank. I'm walking in. We sit down. I'm being real sweet and everything. She said, oh, okay, that's great. Are you going to be co-signing today? Right? And I said, yeah, my mama talk about. No. I looked back. I said, Mom, what are you talking about right now?
I didn't say no. I didn't say no.
I'm looking at the lady. The lady's looking at me. And she's looking at me. And my mom's just looking at me talking about something. No, you're doing it by yourself. I'm like, what we in here for? The lady mad confused. Like, why are they even in here if they don't know what they want to do?
No, the lady was not. The lady was not confused. The lady.
Embarrassing.
This is how it went.
Because we in there arguing back and forth. My mom acting like she don't know what's going on. She got me looking like I set her up. Like she don't know why she in the back. She don't know how she got there. You was just lost. And I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about?
That's not true.
I'm not. No. Just on her phone.
The lady said, are you co-signing for him today? And I said, only. You didn't even say a sentence. You said no. I told the lady, I said, this is how it's supposed to go.
Oh.
He needs to apply for the car loan himself. And if he can't do it, then I will apply with him. And my son said, well, do you got to run my credit twice for that? And she said, no, we could use the same results that we got for you. Add her to it. And I was sitting back there before all that went down. She took Dream's information and she said, okay, I need both y'all IDs. So Dream pulled out his ID.
And I had to wrestle her ID from her.
No, I had my ID like this.
And I'm trying to get it from her.
I had it like this. And he said, Mom, give me
give it to me.
And I was like, no, Dream, you don't need my ID. He was like, Mom, give me the ID. The lady staring at us right while we wrestling with the ID. I said, Dream, you don't need my ID. He was like, what? What is going on? I said, well, God told me.
She finally decides to tell me what God told her. And then didn't tell me this before we went to the bank. Got me looking crazy. Like I kidnapped her.
Told him that God said that you will be okay. You're going to get the loan without me. That you don't need me. You just need me as a support system. And Dream said, Guy, who? I said, Guy. He said, Guy told you what? I said, Guy said you would be okay. He said, who is Guy? I said, not Guy, God.
You gotta understand the frustration I had. Cause I'm in the
I
bank.
said, God.
We in the bank. And this lady's trying to figure out what we better do.
We over there arguing.
And the lady looking back and forth at us as we arguing. And then my mom said, God told me to tell you. And look, I don't want to make no fun of this. Cause it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
He told me to tell me.
In the moment, you gotta know the frustration of we had a plan.
This is exactly what he said. Mom, this is not the deal. This is not what we said we gonna do. You told me you was gonna co-sign. I said, Dream.
I didn't yell at her.
He was yelling at me and whisper. He was whispering. He was like, that's not the deal. That's not the deal. You told me you was gonna co-sign. He was so upset he could almost jump out his seat. He was shocked. He was so shocked when I said God said.
Okay. First of all, I didn't yell at her.
He yelled at me and whispered.
We was in a bank. I'm not gonna yell in a bank full of people trying to get.
I didn't. We both was yelling at each other and whispering. We was whispering at each
It was
other.
more like a, what are you talking about, Mom? Like I probably had the same tone of voice that I do right now. Like,
No, it wasn't like that.
I said,
It wasn't nice. It was like, that's not the deal. That's so messed up, Mom. That's so messed up.
Nah, I said, Mom, what are you talking about right now?
That's the voice there,
I
God.
said, you know what the plan was.
That's the voice.
What you mean right now? Like, they gonna run my credit for nothing. Like, I did not yell at you.
He didn't yell like, yeah, it was a whisper yell like what you just said just now. And then I was trying to explain to him, but I was getting upset too because I told him that I got to do what God said.
Put it this way, if I was gonna rob a bank, I couldn't take her with me. Cause she not gonna stick to the plan. We all be in the back of the police car.
No.
And I had no idea they planned on.
I was trying to tell him that God said he would be okay. I'm trying to tell you. That's what God said. And Dream was looking at me. He was like, oh man, dang, this was all for nothing. I said, Dream, I'm telling you, everything's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. He was done with me. He was done with me. And he gonna get in the car and tell Nadine, I'm holding my ID like this. I was just holding my ID like that. I wasn't doing all those shaking or nothing like that.
You was.
How was I?
You was. You was. Look. Grab it from me. No, you don't need my ID. You know you was. You know you was.
Happened. The lady runs his credit after she looking at us like, what is going on? She runs his credit and she tells him, okay, it's gonna be about a good 5 to 10 minutes. It's gonna go up to the financial people, the loan officer, and they'll come back with the answer within 3 minutes. She decided to call up there. They told her to call back in another few minutes. So Dream was like, this is it. All we gonna get is a no. All this for nothing. I said, no, you're not, Dream. You definitely gonna get the loan today. So then about 5 minutes later,
they called back and was like, hey, we just need proof of so-and-so. So we had to leave. But pretty much I got a proof. They just needed proof of my income. So I had to leave, go get proof. Came back.
and that's exactly what I told him. I said, all you're gonna need is proof of your income. He was so like down because he felt like he wasn't gonna get the loan. So we went all the way to his job, got his proof of income, came all the way back. I'm in the car and I watched Dream walk out the bank with all the money that he asked for, a little bit over what his car was priced. And he got the whole entire amount by himself.
Even though it was a journey, this all happened in a matter of days. So my car broke down. I called my mom. The next day, she came. We went to the bank, and then we went to the dealership and got the car. That was
All in the same day. All in the same day. Dream was able to go inside the dealership and pay for his car straight up cash.
yeah. So there's definitely a testimony to that.
freaking proud of Dream. He came out the bank and he started dancing. I was so freaking proud of him. I told him that God told me that all Dream needed was me as a support system, but he was going to be able to get his own car on his own, and he did it.
When God tells you something,
believe it.
Believe it.
I have no doubt.
Even if the message isn't passed along until the last minute, but still.
The only reason why I had to tell him is because he was trying to get my ID. And I told him what God said. He was like, Mom, don't you think you should have told me that before we walked in the bank?
Yeah, that's something you should have told me. I couldn't believe her.
No, I felt like I didn't need to tell him. Because if he didn't get approved, I was going to co-sign. Be a win-win situation.
But you know what? It's over with now. I forgive you. No, thank you, Mom. Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I believe without her energy, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But with her energy, that's why it's important to keep your circles very small and to keep the energy in your circle flowing the right direction. Because it's a journey, all right? And everything comes back full circle.
And don't give up. Just because you didn't get something the first time, don't mean you're not going to get it the next time in the right time that you're supposed to have it. And sometimes when you don't get what you want, it's because God got something better for you. He do.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening in on the story. And
Team spirit.
are we going back to this? Comment down below who you think was right, who you think was wrong. Because she never told me the plan. She didn't stick to the plan. I mean, hey, it came out right.
Yeah.
You made the right move.
Yeah.
You know, but you could have told me. So I didn't have to sit there and argue with you inside the
But
bank.
I didn't tell you because I didn't want to put no doubt on the energy of me knowing that he was going to get the car. I had no doubt. Even every single move that the lady made, she said you usually get your answer right then and there. It took 3 calls for her to get the answer. Even on the 3rd call, I told Dream, you're going to get your car today. Did I not?
You said it.
And guess what? Later on that day, I watched Dream drive away with his car. Yep, we was there. Oh, and let me tell you, when we was there, I met Spirit of Light. The person that sold